Thanks for joining us from the Ohio AgNet Voice You Know with the News You Trust studio, sponsored by the Family Forest Carbon Program, where we help family forest owners get paid to improve the health of their woods. April showers provided significant drought relief in several parts of the country.
Drought eradication nationwide for the month of April.
We started April with drought coverage at 43.4%. By April 29th, according to the U.S. Drought Monitor, that number was slightly below 37%, resulting in a net decrease in U.S. drought coverage of 6.4 percentage points.
USDA meteorologist Brad Rippey says for comparison, last autumn's peak drought coverage for the country was over 54%.
It means that we have dropped drought coverage in the U.S. more than 17 percentage points since the end of October 2024.
Dramatic improvements in April were noted in the Plains, Midwest, and parts of the eastern U.S.
However, we did see some deterioration in South Georgia and across Florida's peninsula. We also saw some April deterioration in the drought situation in the Southwest, in parts of Montana as well.
I'm Rod Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
U.S. food and agricultural exports to Mexico surged 65% during the last 4 years, making it the fastest-growing export market for many American agricultural products and commodities. According to new research from CoBank's Knowledge Exchange, Mexico will likely surpass Canada to claim the number one spot for the first time in 2025, despite some emerging headwinds. Rob Fox, director of the Knowledge Exchange, says a few risk factors are developing that could slow additional growth. Since 2020, Mexico's share of all U.S. ag exports went from 11.2% to 16.4%. The National Farmers Union is holding a full week of events, programming, and meetings in Washington, D.C. and across the country to urge Congress to pass a comprehensive 5-year farm bill and ease the burden on family farms and ranches. During the week, Farmers Union members will meet with members of Congress to share how volatile markets, rising input costs, shrinking federal support, and mounting trade tensions, and the lack of a new farm bill are causing stress and uncertainty across farm country. USDA's latest agricultural prices report reflects changes in prices received from the previous month for commodities in general and in both crop and livestock sectors.
Lower prices received by producers for their commodities on the whole in March. The summary of USDA's latest agricultural prices report. The price index was lower just over 3% from the prior month, a reflection of reductions in both production indexes month over month. The livestock price index decreased 5.7% in March, due to an 11% decline in what poultry and egg growers received price-wise, as well as a 6.7% lowering of prices received by dairy producers for their goods. Meanwhile, the crop production index shows a slight decline, 0.7% from the previous month. Most March crop prices received percentages were lowered by slight amounts. The one significant month-over-month decrease was almost 9% for fruit and tree nut growers. That offset a slight increase for oilseed producers and a 3% rise for growers of hay and upland cotton regarding prices received. I'm Rod Bain reporting for the U.S. Department of Agriculture in Washington, D.C.
And the Fertilizer Institute released its list of public policy priorities for working with the Trump administration. TFI President and CEO Corey Rosenbusch says TFI's priorities fall under 8 umbrellas. The markets will have those coming up next. Every time you use biodiesel, you're fueling more than your engine. You're investing in Ohio's farmers, reducing emissions and creating cleaner air for all of us. Did you know biodiesel adds 13% in value to every bushel of soybeans grown? That's good for farms, good for families, and good for the future. Drive with purpose. Choose biodiesel. Learn how at soyohio.org.
Diane from Michigan, a disabled senior citizen trying to get by. Henry from Florida, a veteran fighting to make ends meet. Elena from Arizona, a mother struggling to feed her daughter. Hi, I'm Connie Britton, and I support Feeding America because they help provide over 6 billion meals to people in need each year, like Diane, Henry, and Elena. Learn more at feedingamerica.org. Feeding America, 200 food banks strong.
The market's brought to you by Seed Consultants. Simply better performance online at seedconsultants.com. At the Board of Trade, May corn 446.5 down 14 3/4. December corn 443 down 7 1/4. May soybeans 1038 down 10 3/4. November beans 1022 1/4 down 8 1/4. July wheat 531 1/4 down 11 3/4. At the Mercantile Exchange, June cattle 213.65 up $2.55. May hogs 92.25 down 70 cents. August feeder cattle 298.90 up $2. This is the Ohio AgNet.